Above Average back at it again with another car video. Alright, I want to talk about Gen and Ken, Ben and Fen, and I didn't even know what they're called. Ken and Ben. No, Gen. Okay. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be playing 3 Gen, right? That summons Ken to your board, and then you get to draw 2 cards and discard one, right? That's what most people are going to play. We'll see how the format changes with these cards. I don't think there's a lot of decks that can actually main deck the cards, even though they're very good. Most decks need their normal summoned or don't really benefit that much off of that effect. Obviously, Dark Worlds, I expect people to play that. But it just makes Dark Worlds lose to what they already lose to, so I don't know how great that's going to be. It's obviously going to be good. You know, the cards are phenomenal. The cards are very, very good. They also help increase the consistency of any deck that they're played in, pretty much. As long as they don't have to use their normal summon. Now, a little bumpy over here. What's going on? Okay. Now, myself included, I will try to incorporate these cards into Kashtira. People say that Kashtira doesn't need their normal summon. I don't know. I mean, I haven't played the deck for that long, but from what I realized is you actually do use your normal summon. Like, almost every time that you have Birth, or you get access to Birth, you end up using your normal summon, because either your opponent's going to disrupt you, and you're going to have to waste your normal summon, or, I don't know, you're going to have your field clogged. It's going to be like in the grind game, and you're going to have to use your normal summon to get an extra Kashtira monster out. But I'm still gonna try it. I think it's very broken. The fact that you could like special summon Unicorn, activate Gen, give them Ken, and then I draw 2, pitch 1, and then I can trigger Unicorn or whatever Kashtira monster. Well, obviously Unicorn is the broken one, but what's also really good is Ogre, which people don't really play, but if you use Ogre, I can see the top 5 cards of your deck, and I can see what you're going to draw. So I'll know what card you're going to draw, or I can kind of control what card you're going to draw from the next top 2 cards of your deck, right? That's a little crazy in my opinion. But I'll see. I'll see how, I'm going to test it. I don't know if it's going to be that great. In theory, it makes sense, but in actuality, I don't know how good it's going to be. Moving forward, if these cards become a problem, what we can start seeing is people start siding 1-in-1. So I think that's a pretty cool idea to play around, not play around these cards, but play with the cards. Because if you think about it, the cards are very toxic only because, like, the cards would be fair, not fair, but they would be really good, but they're toxic now just because Thrust and Talents are in the game. So the fact that you could sit down against your opponent, he could not be the greatest duelist in the room, for lack of better words, and he could activate Gen, give you Ken, draw 2, pitch 1. Oh, he drew into Thrust, activate Thrust, get Talents, activate Talents, look at your hand, or rip a. Oh my god, bro! I already know this is gonna happen to me. I already know. I already know I'm gonna walk in, I'm gonna roll the dice. He's gonna be having green sleeves with a little dinosaur on his shirt, and I'm gonna lose the dice roll, and he's not even gonna summon Gen, he's gonna brick with the Ken. He's gonna summon Ken, give me Gen, rip a card from my hand, I'm gonna say sure, and then he's gonna go Thrust, Talents, rip another card, and then I'm gonna lose. I already know that's gonna happen. He's gonna end on like a Barone, and I won't be able to play around it. Anyway, I think that's toxic, the fact that you could Thrust and Talents, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure Thrust is gonna get banned sometime soon. Like, the card is a little too good. But what you can start seeing is, if these cards start becoming a problem and they start like being part of like the best deck or whatever, is you could side deck 1 Gen and 1 Ken. Now, let's say your opponent goes first and they activate Gen, most likely, right, to give you Ken, so they could draw 2 and pitch 1. Now, if they don't clear the Ken and you draw for turn, so you have 6 cards in your hand, you could activate the Ken that they gave you, give them again, rip a card from their hand, sure, it doesn't matter. Now you're at 7 cards, right? Because you have 6 and 1 on the board, right? You have 7 cards. Then you could go battle phase, bounce your Gen that you have on their board to your hand, right? Now you're at 8 cards. You can normal summon, right? No, because one leaves. So you're gonna be at 7 cards. You're gonna normal summon your Gen. Give them Ken. You're gonna draw 2, so you're gonna go to 8 cards, and you're gonna pitch 1. You're gonna go to 7 cards. Plus 1 on the board. You know, it's like you went like plus 2. So that's pretty cool. I think that's like the one thing you could do to not really counter them, but like play with them being in the format, right, to your advantage. So just by, it's kind of like you punish them, right, for using the cards in a sense, which not really, right? They're not getting punished. They're just, you're getting more access to more cards in your deck by them playing these cards, which is cool, right? You get drawn to more cards that can out these cards. Yeah, so we'll see how the format shapes up with these cards in the game right now. Other than Dark World, I don't know what other deck really uses them. I think Pearly, but then again, it's not the greatest. Again, I think Pearly, people say that, oh, it doesn't need its normal summon, but I think it's just like Hashira. Like sometimes you actually do need your normal summon just to play the game. Another thing that you could do is if you play Earth deck, if you play an Earth deck, or if you play a Warrior deck, you can play Rivalry, and you can play Rivalry and goes into your deck. That's an added benefit that these cards give you, which is a little crazy in my opinion. You kind of have to, you force your opponent to go into battle phase, so you essentially live another turn, which is pretty cool. Because if you're playing an Earth deck, you can just set Gozen after they have Ken, and then just flip it on their standby phase, and then they can't really play. They have to go waste their battle phase to bounce back to your Ken, and then you have Ken for the follow-up, which is also very good. So I don't know. We'll see how the format changes. I said that 5 times already, but we'll see how the format changes, and we'll go from there. But those are just my initial thoughts after reading the cards, and that's it. Peace.